Back to our first alert weather. We have a lot to talk about right now. I mean, we have the storms that are coming in right now, but also we have a whole other band of storms that are going to be coming in overnight. So
yeah,
you guys are working hard tracking these things. What are you seeing?
Yeah, a lot happening right now, right across North Sacramento and Natomas. We've been experiencing flash flooding. We have a report of flash flooding right now along portions of I-80 and I-5, right where the intersection is, and also the flash flood warning continues through 7:30. But the storms are moving quickly. They're producing a lot of rainfall in a short period of time. And we'll show you what that flash flood warning is. So if you're under that flash flood warning in Natomas, all the way up towards Sac International, West Sacramento, many of your phones may have went off with the emergency alert saying the flash flood warning. So because of all the water that's been falling down with these storms as they are approaching and moving quickly toward the north and east, also including the Rio Linda area under that flash flood warning. So we're going to continue monitoring that. You can see still very heavy rainfall along parts of North Sacramento up toward Rio Linda at the moment as these storms are drifting toward the north. You get west of I-5 and the heaviest rain has essentially drifted toward the east. So these are strong thunderstorms. There's a lot of lightning strikes with these. Some small hail has been reported with some of these storms, about pea-sized hail. It's not overly large. It's not enough to do any damage. The main hazard right now is the flooding aspect with the heavy rainfall and the cloud ground lightning strikes with some of these storms as they are lifting toward the north and east there. And then also, as we put it looking toward the north a bit more, what I'm going to do here is zoom out on our live radar just so you get a picture of kind of where these storms have been moving. And if you notice, all the way up north of Roseville and north of Lincoln, you can see a lot of lightning strikes as you get further north into northern parts of Placer County, coming up into Yuba and Sutter County, as well as these storms are racing north at about 40 miles per hour. So that's kind of where the heat of the moment is right now with respect to these storms. We were watching for some spin with these, but we're not seeing a whole lot, at least nothing that's screaming at us right now for an isolated tornado, but certainly some gusty winds to about 30 miles per hour with those storms as they race toward the north. What took place within about 2 o'clock this afternoon, as that initial band was moving east of our area, we started to break out with some sunshine. That allowed the heating, that allowed some instability to build. That's prompted some of the storms that we're seeing out there right now. Off the coast, look at all the lightning strikes. That's the band of storms coming in later this evening and for tonight, and that's going to pack a punch once it moves on shore into the area overnight. Some of these may be strong, perhaps locally severe as they roll in. Timestamp here is about 3-4 o'clock in the morning, and as this rolls into the valley, we'll have yet more heavy rainfall, but the big hazard with this will be strong, damaging wind gusts coming down to the valley floor, in addition to a brief and isolated weak tornado with that overnight band. And then we'll see rounds of this continuing through a good portion of tomorrow. Notice tomorrow, this is getting into about 6 o'clock or so, and you have that band coming on shore again. So you get the picture. We get very busy, and then we get a lull. Then we get busy again, so on and off again storms as we get into the overnight hours into the Sierra. Meanwhile, those winds, a bit more on that as we get into the evening hours. Watch those wind speeds ramp up, and as that band comes in about 3-4 o'clock, I think we have stronger winds than we had last night. 45 to 55 miles per hour, some areas gusting up to 60 miles per hour. So that will be enough to bring down some trees, some power outages, to say the least, and we will stay breezy to windy throughout a good portion of tomorrow. And then, of course, the snowfall. We still have plenty of snow. We're just getting started with that, in fact. 4 to 6 feet coming our way for Donner Pass, 10 to 20 inches Blue Canyon, 15 to 30 inches Truckee to South Lake Tahoe, Kirkwood at about 5 to 8 inches of snowfall there. And then behind the system, turning cold, but at least we clear out. Sunny skies getting into the weekend, and temperatures 40s to lower 50s in place early next week. Just in the short term, we have that flash flood warning that continues through 7:30 for parts of Sacramento County. Again, we'll be monitoring that as heavy rain producing cloud ground lightning strikes and flash flooding. Already seeing reports of that beginning to roll through, and Brady will continue to bring updates frequently over the next couple of hours.